Hello, America. Hello, America. We'll do it again. I think it paused. Yeah, it tricked us. The Hangout's tricking us. This is Joe Simons, Luke Simons,
and Luke Simons here at Little Gasparilla Island once again.
And I have to say, this is, I guess, our first real freshwater, 100% freshwater, right? This is our freshwater edition.
It is.
Of March Fishing Madness.
Special day.
And who do we got?
We have Mr. Jensen.
The Flukemaster. You there, Gene?
Yes, I am.
Sweet.
Tell us what's going on behind you, man. That looks pretty cool.
This is, a matter of fact, hold on, let me open up my camera just a little bit and I'll show you. This is what we call the wall. I have my subscribers, they basically send me pictures via Facebook and I print them off and stick them on the wall. And it changes all the time. I change the configuration of the board and everything else. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun to have. They really enjoy seeing their pictures sometimes on the Hangouts that I do on my channel. So. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
back there
yeah,
too.
I see some big lunkers, man.
There's one. Where's my California bass? I don't know. I stuck it up here, right down here. That one right there. That one was 12 pounds. So.
Wow.
Let me open back up. Hold on. Let me open up. Show you. This guy right here. That's my California bass.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, it came in clear. That's too cool.
Yep, I got a little bitty string.
So you're kind of the YouTube phenomenon at the Flukemaster. Tell us, for the people that haven't seen you, tell us about yourself and where you fish and where you're from and everything else that we could possibly know.
Well, to make a real long story short, I'm a 40-year-old father of four. I'm from Augusta, Georgia. My home lake is Clarks Hill, but I fish all over the southeast. I love the Tennessee River. I mean, just about any lake that has water in it, I'm going to go fish it. But I have some trips planned for Kentucky Lake this year and everything else. My main fish that I like to go for is a largemouth bass. There's a private lake I used to guide a lot on. Now it's only once or twice a year that has 2-pound bluegill. So I love to go out and catch big bluegill. But other than that, my biggest thing is I just love to teach people how to fish. You know, and my motto is teaching the world to fish on my channel. So it's kind of my goal in life, I guess.
I like it. We kind of like that motto.
Yeah, and that board behind you proves you're doing it right. That's fantastic.
Yeah. I'd rather have their pictures up there than mine. My fish don't matter.
So. You can claim you help catch every one of those with all your tutorials on Flukemaster.
Yeah. Well, my reward in life is the stories behind all those fish. Really, I love to hear the stories of guys that went out and used something I taught them to catch a fish. So it's pretty neat. So.
Awesome, so cool. Yeah, what would you say overall is your favorite, most memorable moment on the water?
Oh man. There's a couple of them. I have one that always comes to mind. Is I was up at the Kingfisher Society, and now this is a 250-acre private lake that has feeder-trained largemouth. The largemouth bass average 5.5 pounds, and there's feeders on this lake that feed twice a day, so they don't want for food. But I had a client who was in the back of the boat, old man, and he sat there in the back of the boat the whole day and he never said anything. I couldn't connect with him. And I tried to talk to him all day, and just nothing. He'd hold the spinning reel upside down and reel with the wrong hand. And while he's trying to fumble, I taught him how to cast, and while he's trying to fumble with it and trying to figure out how to cast or how to get it reeling in, I watched the lines swimming off to the side, and I just, I cut the barbs, so I knew they were all going to be gut hooked anyway. And at the end of the day, he stepped off the dock. He's probably, I think he was like 78 years old, between 78 and 82. And he turned and looked at me and he said, "Gene, I just had one of the greatest days of my life." And
that's awesome.
He probably caught 20, 30 fish, big fish, but, and that's when I realized that there's something special about being on the water, and what can I do to help more people get on the water and enjoy what I enjoy. So that was kind of the
create those memories. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so you are obviously a freshwater lake expert. Is there any fish out there that's on your bucket list? Freshwater, saltwater, anywhere in the world? Something you're just dying to catch?
Saltwater would be Goliath Grouper.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then freshwater, there's so many of them. I grew up trout fishing, And so I'd love to go and spend another day, which will probably never happen because my dad has Parkinson's, but another day on Henry's Fork in Idaho with my dad. So that would be fun. So.
Awesome. So it's fly fishing or spinning, or what do you do out there?
Either or. You know, years ago I was the only 10-year-old you'd see with a fly rod in North Georgia. So I'd just another day on the lake catching trout with Dad would be a blast, or on the creek. So he has never been in a boat with me.
Really?
Yeah, he was in the Navy during the Korean War, spent 3 years on a ship, and he could care less about getting on another boat. He wants his knees in the water. So. Yeah.
How about I think I already know the answer to this. If there was just one fish left, and that's all you could catch the rest of your life, what would that be? I'm having to assume it's a largemouth.
It's going to be a largemouth. Oh yeah, definitely. Because I don't know. I think like them sometimes. Got a little pea brain. I just eat and sleep.
Give me food and shelter and keep me away from predators. Right? That's pretty funny. Well, he kind of almost already might have answered this question that we had, but if you could fish with anyone living today, who would it be? And I'm guessing it might be your dad there.
It's my dad, and number 2 would be Steve Parks. He's the inventor of the Rage Tail, striking Rage Tail products.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's become a good friend of mine over the years, and he's a big fish phenom. I mean, this son of a gun. He knows Lake Falcon down in South Texas, and he catches monster largemouth. And him and I always have great conversation. He loves to talk anyway, but whenever I see him, we'll sit down and talk for a while. And I'd love to spend a day fishing with him instead of just talking fishing. So.
Awesome, very cool. And so, what's the largest largemouth you've ever caught?
I sure hope my friends don't see this. 9.98 pounds.
You can round that up.
Yeah, round it up. Round that up.
No. I will lose half the friends I have because they have so much fun picking on me for that. I caught it in a tournament in 2006, and
wow.
So it was a great. And I caught it on 8-pound test line out of the grass on a little spinning rod.
Wow.
And
that goes in a tournament. That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
which was pretty cool, but yeah, I have to legitimately break a 10-pounder in order for them to let me have it, and I agree with them too. I wouldn't let them have it either. So.
Have you ever been snook fishing outside of curiosity in saltwater?
No.
The fact you like bass so much, if you ever get a chance, I'll recommend it. It's very similar to bass. That's what kind of got me hooked on the saltwater. I grew up bass fishing, still love it.
Yep.
But snook definitely.
It's just a big,
caught my interest.
Bigger bass in many cases.
Yeah, and actually flukes. Flukes are my favorite lure to use with them too. Soft plastic little flukes. They tear them up just like.
We got to get Gene out here, man.
Yeah, we need to get you down here in Florida.
You like fishing these lights at nighttime. We got a couple of these big bright green lights, and of course attracts a little bait fish and little crabs, and these snook just come in there. It looks like a bunch of 10 to 14-pound bass just sitting all underneath. You throw a little fluke out there, and
it's fun.
Fun times.
I'm game.
Hey, we're here all month. You can get away.
Yeah. This is a busy month for me. Goodness gracious, it's with all the things going on. I'm trying to do a video a day, and if my boat doesn't stop breaking, then I'll be able to fix that. And do it.
It's a lot of content, man.
Yeah.
All right, so as you know, we're donating $5,000 of our own money to the Wounded Warriors, and we're going to be giving that away, and kind of in name of whatever guides, fishing experts like yourself answer the most questions, and these are at random, and some of them are fishing, some of them are camping outdoors, and some of them are tricky. We've only had really, I guess, two people now have actually got them all, but we didn't think that would ever happen.
Oh, wow.
And I think it was a fluke, no pun intended there. They got lucky. So are you ready, Mr. Flukemaster?
I hope so.
I rearranged the first one just because I know you're going to like this one.
All right.
Is the small or the largemouth bass the colder water fish? Which one is the colder water fish, the small or the largemouth bass?
Smallmouth.
There we go. He's on the board. On the board. What type of lure may have a fluffy tail on it that may look like a deer's tail, which is kind of where it gets the name from. What kind of lure may have a fluffy tail?
It would be a bucktail jig.
Yeah, bucktail lure, bucktail jig will work. That was a tough one.
Oh yeah, this one's tough. This one stumped a lot of people.
What material is monofilament line made of? What's the main material that monofilament is actually made of?
It's a polyfiber, so it'd be plastic, really. Am I wrong?
It's a type of.
Yeah, it's a.
More specific. How about that? It's a word that you would know for sure, and it's a type of.
Dang it! No clue.
Might be given.
Yeah, I would say it's nylon is the answer. I don't know if plastic. Half a point.
Half a point. That's a tough one, man.
Yeah, nobody's gotten that one yet.
Well, we'll see if you ever done ice fishing?
No.
All right. Ooh. What device? We'll try to help you on this. What device is used by ice fishermen to keep their holes free of ice? It's the same thing that you might use there in Augusta, Georgia, to scrape off ice off your windshield a couple times a year.
Well, I've seen them use little scoopers to scoop out the ice. You know.
Ice scooper, skimmer. Yeah, there it is. We'll take it.
Yep.
You could always phone.
Do what?
You can always phone a friend. I know I think your son or someone's nearby there. So
he learns to fish from his virtual daddy.
Got it.
Wait, yes.
Well, he's probably quicker than all of us on an iPhone or something. He could probably be looking this stuff up real quick. All right. In the hunting world, what is a calico deer? What does the calico mean? What is that? Calico deer.
We call them pieballs around here, but they're not fully albino. They're two colors.
Yep. There it is. Type of albino.
Yep.
Oh, this is pretty funny one. They got a sense of humor here. Name 25 popular baits used in jig fishing, and then it says, "Just kidding. Name only 2."
Baits used in jig fishing?
Yeah, popular baits used in jig fishing, and this is stuff that he would. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
some of them are surprising to me.
Yeah, and surprising freshwater kind of stuff.
Grubs.
Live things.
Live things. Yeah,
live things
grubs.
On jig heads. Yep.
Okay. Shoot, grubs, worms.
There we go.
Minnows.
You can get all of them.
You already got it.
Okay.
What was the other one?
Minnows.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could.
Maggots.
Yeah, maggots.
Maggots. I used to have a mealworm farm. I'd fish with mealworms and all kinds of stuff. So
has he gotten 6?
Yeah, they were 6.5.
0.5.
5.5. Yeah. Only missed 0.5.
Here's the last one. Here's the last one. I think you're gonna get one. This is in the camping. This is a pretty funny one. What is Yogi Bear's sidekick's name?
Boo Boo.
The son could help on this one too.
It's Boo Boo.
Boo Boo. Yeah, Boo Boo. Hey, Boo Boo.
Well done. So 6.5, maybe round up to 7.
Yep.
I don't know.
He's up there in the lead.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yep.
That's funny. I was hoping to get the one I was watching one earlier about the terrestrials. I used to tie flies, so I was screaming at the screen watching that one. I was like,
that's pretty funny. Well, everyone, please go check out Mr. Gene Jensen, the Flukemaster, and is it just YouTube.com user Flukemaster? Just look up Flukemaster and pop up everywhere.
The easiest way to find me on YouTube is go on YouTube and just go into the search function and search for fishing or search for bass fishing, and you'll see my Georgia Bulldog hat. Go Dogs.
We didn't want to bring. That was part of the contract. You can't talk about the Georgia hat. You can only wear it.
You'll see my.
I'm a Georgia Tech. So,
you know who my favorite team is, or my second favorite team is? My second favorite team is whoever's playing Florida. So that is definitely right. But yeah, they can go and just look for the Georgia hat. I'm also on Facebook. I have a Flukemaster, Flukemaster. Facebook page. I've got 62,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and so I can always use another one. And
Instagram, I just followed you recently on
yep.
Instagram. You got 6,000 or so fans on Instagram, so
yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah, 6,500 on Instagram. You can find me under Flukemaster, and then on Snapchat, it's I think it's the real Flukemaster or real Flukemaster, REAL. So somebody already stole it.
Well, yeah, please, everyone, go check Flukemaster out. Subscribe to the channel. Put some comments on there. I know you're putting out more content than anybody out there, and I know you told us offline earlier that anyone asks a question, you answer it, and then you'll do it in a nice, cool, instructional video. So
yeah, well, you know, we talked about this offline. I really wanted to mention it is we're missing a whole lot of dads these days who aren't, or, you know, we fished with our dads growing up. You know, and I saw this. I've been dealing with Boy Scouts for 17 years now, and the dads and grandfathers taking boys fishing is missing right now, and so I think that's why what we're doing, trying to teach people how to fish, that's why I think it's taken off, and that's my only goal, you know, and through that I hope to be able to do it full time and support my family and still be able to teach as much as I can, and so that's kind of my goal. So, you know, anything I can do to help anybody teach, that's my goal. So
awesome. And what I like about you too is you're not out there saying you have to have a $30,000 boat and all the. I mean, it's the experience of just being out there with your dad, and it could be on a dock, it could be on a canal with a cane pole and a piece of bread catching bluegills. Yep. It's just that experience of getting outside and having really memories that you just don't forget. You know. Yep.
Yeah, you're going to see some neat things coming out this year about that. So, I mean, just, you know, taking kids fishing, there's that a fish this size is a trophy to a kid.
Yeah, know? Oh, yeah.
And so if people could just realize that, just go out and take your kids fishing. Watch them change right before your eyes. It's pretty cool. So
awesome. Great stuff. We support you 100%, and we'll keep sending as many people over to your site or your YouTube channel and everything that we can. So check out the Flukemaster.
Thank you very much.
We hope to take you out and catching some big boy snook one of these days. That'd be a blast.
Man, you don't have to twist my arm, and if it's anywhere close to the beach, my wife is there.
Nice. That's where we like to hang out. You know, it would be funny.
I'll be wearing my favorite Florida hat too, by the way.
I'll have my big GT on. Well, we could do a whole episode where we can only fish with freshwater lures and flukes and stuff like that. That'd be pretty fun.
That'd be awesome. And you wear your life jacket.
Yeah.
I've been using Zoom bullfrogs for saltwater. I've caught snook, redfish, trout, even tarpon bust on it. The freshwater stuff, a lot of it works on both sides.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've always told people that if you can find them, you can catch them. You know, it's 90% of it's finding the fish. Won't worry about the best, most beautiful, perfect bait there is. You put something in front of them. The only way they can check out and see what it is to open their mouth. So you fish with hands.
Good stuff.
Yes, sir. All right, Gene. Really appreciate the time, my friend, and everyone go check out Flukemaster.
Thank you, guys. Take it easy.
You the man.
Thanks.